Scalar.
And I'm Amber from Sokajin Cosplay, and if you didn't know, we're back! It's been almost a month because we were moving out from Montreal.
Yes.
A couple of hours away from Montreal, basically. If you didn't notice our new studio, guys.
If you don't watch the other videos, you don't know about this, but yeah. So yeah, this is the new studio. This is why we did not upload anything in the past few weeks because, I mean, we expected it to be easier, but it ended up being a bother.
We've been very busy for a while.
Yes, unpacking, packing, bringing the boxes and stuff. It took a lot of time, but we are ready to go back into this show. I am excited, especially after the last episode, which was,
we didn't even name the show yet.
Well, you know, it's written in the title. We're watching ReZero, Season 2, Episode 5.
Episode 5, yeah.
And last episode was very, very emotional. We got to see Subaru's parents. I was about to say Suzaku because I've been watching Code Geass behind the scenes. Subaru's parents. We got to see what happened before he was brought to the world. We got to see even his last goodbye to his mom, which wasn't a goodbye. So he's got a lot of guilt, but that hopefully, you know, this encounter he had, which was for the trial, by the way, he needed to face his past. This encounter he had helped him deal with the guilt because he did leave his parents. There's a chance he might never see them again. And he left them on, I mean, they were fine with him, but he left them on a very cold note. So there is so much he wanted to tell them. So he got to tell them last episode, but it's not them. So it was bittersweet. And now we're meeting the witch again, and the trial keeps on going, I think. So let's jump in this episode and see what's in store for our main character.
And what happened with Emilia? Because she was still unconscious.
Maybe she couldn't face her past. Or she's still facing it. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll see. Let's go. I can't say I'm happy that she's
Last
here.
time we saw her was in episode 2, season 1, so it's been a while.
It's been a while. But she wasn't done. Like, we knew she wasn't done. And to see her just come back like this, but then, why is she in the manor? What has she done to the others? Has she hurt Petra and Frederica? And has she done something to Ram? Like, why is she in there? Beatrice, do your fucking job!
I was thinking the fact that maybe one of the things that could help Subaru win over the trial would be that he used to hardship and used to things that freak him out. But he doesn't want to do and win the trial, so...
He doesn't want to do it because he doesn't want to strip Emilia of a chance to be the hero, which... We've talked about this before, about his reasons for helping Emilia, and once again it came up with him not really considering Emilia's feelings because it's destroying her to face the trial, but he still asks her to go through it despite what it does to her because he only cares about making her this hero on the pedestal that everyone looks up to and everyone loves. So once again, being a little selfish, because it's really for him that he does it. You know, it's because he wants to make Emilia happy that he basically leads her these ways. But he's learned a lot from season 1 about this. So I love that he was willing to listen and consider that maybe there's something else he could do.
Okay, I wouldn't say that was maybe more selfish for him to push her and say, you need to do the trial for yourself and for the people who have faith in you. Because in season 1, he would have said, I'm going to protect Emilia and do the trial, and she won't have to be scared and be traumatized by it. But now he said, you need to do it because you need to be the one to do the trial, not
yes
me.
And no, actually, because putting Emilia in danger is not a good thing, I agree.
It's not really... I don't think that she's really endangered with the trial, but she needs to learn how to face her past, and even though that is really hard to do it, and she's traumatized by it, she needs to learn to overcome her own fears.
I agree with that. It's just that I had the feeling in this episode that he has not considered this side of the trial. For him, it's just oh, you got to go through this and you're failing, but it means nothing. Like, he hasn't stopped and asked himself why she's failing. What's the true reason she's failed? Because if he had wondered about this, I feel like he would ask her, what have you seen? What's going on in that trial? Yeah. And I think it's important because what she said about it's not her, makes sense. Like, my first thought was that, oh shit, she's seeing like someone else's memories. But logically, she would be seeing her own fears, her own memories, what she imagines people think about her, you know? So when they look at her, they see Satella because she's the spitting image of that witch.
Maybe, okay, if we follow through what Echidna told Subaru, what she recreated was his own imagination about what happened and what he wants to tell his parents.
What he wants his parents to say when he tells them the truth.
Okay, so I think that for Emilia, what she fears the most was that something bad happened and people think that she was the one.
Yeah, the people she cares about. It looked like she was talking about Subaru, like she saw Subaru in her past. So I'm like, maybe the people, maybe Subaru, but the people who care about her would turn on her and only see the witch.
Yeah.
That's a fear of hers. That's been ingrained in her past. She has been rejected, judged. She's facing racism, like, basically every fucking day. So it's not... She doesn't have a good past, and I expected it to be harsh for her, but no one has stopped and wondered, you know, why it's so harsh for her. So I think she needs to talk about it, and at least face some of it in real life before she's ready to face it on her own over there.
Yeah,
so
yes, I do. That might be a good plan.
Yes, I do agree that it would be nice for her to do this and not be saved for once, because she's strong. Like, she was strong in the first episode, but then after that, it's been about saving Emilia over and over again. And sadly, it kind of renders her speeches about her being strong and her being able to stand on her own and doing things her own way kind of
hollow.
Well, it renders them, you know, useless because she hasn't proved her point much. Because Subaru is always there to save her. So in this case, I kind of want her to do the test on her own and pass it. But we'll see. I wouldn't be mad to see the trials that follow with Subaru either.
Yeah,
but
me too.
We will see what happens, but
maybe he's gonna have to do it.
Maybe he will. I mean, I don't know. But now we need to, like, that's the thing. When Subaru dies, there's always the follow-up process of figuring out when and how he needs to change things to not make it happen. So he needs to figure out when... What's her fucking name? I'm sorry, I forgot. When she gets to the manor, how she does it, and basically bring someone to face her, because no fucking way he can do it on his own. Like, maybe it's the return of our other main character, which we haven't seen in a while, whose name I forgot.
Yeah.
He's very strong.
The knight?
Yes, he's very, very strong, which is why I think we haven't seen him in a while, because someone that strong with them would make the whole thing too easy.
Yeah,
but
I think it's so. I want to talk about Roswell a bit, because I don't think that I expressed myself correctly.
There's only so much we can say in the episode.
Okay, but I understand completely why he did it, but it's still a shitty reason to do it.
Yeah, same for me.
Because basically everything that he did was just manipulating people so that everything that he did would put Emilia in good faith for the villagers. But by doing so, many people died for nothing. Thank you.
When he says it like that, it makes sense when it comes to, you know, like you said, making Emilia loved and trusted by the people, because his goal is to put her on that throne. So it makes sense. I do not agree with how he did it either. What I'm interested in, what I really want to figure out though, is how the hell could he trust Subaru with everything, considering, like Subaru said, last time they saw each other, it was before most of everything happened, so he had not gone through his changes.
Let's not forget also that Subaru went many times through death since that time.
But that's the thing, I'm like...
Roswell's not supposed to know that.
No, but we know that Roswell's family was involved with witches, sort of. Like, they protected the sanctuary. They were basically, I don't remember exactly what he said, but they supported the Witch of Greed. So maybe, I mean, he knows a lot, you know, he orchestrated most of what happened in season 1, so maybe he senses something in Subaru. Maybe he senses that he's linked to Satella somehow, which would make him, you know, not trust him, but make him interested in the guy. Like, he accepted him right away back then, you know? He was already interested in Subaru when he showed up in the first few episodes. So I'm like, maybe he senses, or he knows that Subaru is linked to Satella somehow, and that he's got a destiny that he doesn't even know about, and he's supposed to do something, and that's why he basically left him to do all of this.
Maybe.
But that would make him a very shitty guy if you think about it, because he allowed him to die over and over again, suffering just so he could advance his plans. So I'm like, and if he knows stuff about Satella and Subaru, well, how did he learn about that, you know? Yeah. At the very least, like, no matter what he knows too much for it to be not suspicious, you know? So when you know too much in a show where, you know, people are trying to pull strings behind the scenes and you've got, you know, these type of bad characters, when you know too much, it makes you suspicious. So
yeah,
not that we weren't suspicious of Roswell to begin with, because he had a tendency to never be there when stuff went down, and, you know.
Also, he's spitting Ram's hair, so yeah, that's a weird thing to do.
Very creepy. So, we'll see, but, like, I mean, we'll go back in time. First of all, we'll see where the checkpoint is, the new checkpoint. Hopefully it's not too far.
I like that we keep saying checkpoint. Like,
it is a checkpoint. It is exactly a checkpoint.
Technically, yeah.
So, we'll see where the new checkpoint is. We need to deal with her at the manor somehow.
Oh. You know what? If we think about it, maybe, because how many times did Emilia try to do the trial and failed?
3?
3 times? Okay. So she needs to be able to do it like at the first try or at the second try if they want to have enough time to go back to the mansion and save
Well, Subaru doesn't have to wait for her. Like, he can just go whenever.
Yeah, but it took 2 days for him to convince Garfield.
Garfield, yeah.
No, that's not his name. That's not his name. That's not Garfield is not his name.
It's not Garfield?
No, Gar. Just call him Gar. So it took him 2 days to convince Gar to let the people go.
I'm pretty sure it's Garfield.
I know it's not Garfield.
Keep talking.
Okay, so it took him 2 days to convince him, and in the meantime...
Garfield, there you go.
Really?
Yes.
To name a character like the cat?
Well, that's why I remembered his name, because I thought it was funny. Garfield Denzel, that's him.
Okay, never mind. So it took him 2 days to convince Garfield to let the people go, and Emilia in the meantime always failed the trial.
Which is why he's basically... Garfield is very... he really wants to get out of there. He cannot take the trial for some reason. Well, I mean, they said it was because they made a pact, like they made a contract about this, but I'm like, okay. In any case, he's basically saying he doesn't have faith in Emilia. Maybe he's also, you know, he seemed genuinely bothered by how shook she was whenever she got out. But maybe that's just because he saw how scared she was, and he basically understood that she was not going to be able to face her past, that she was not going to be strong enough. So that's why he's like, you face the trial.
But let's be honest, I don't think that Garfield is a bad guy.
No.
Deep down, but well, not even deep down. And I think that when you see somebody who's just so traumatized by something, it can take a hold on you. So.
But it all came back on her not being able to do the trial, though.
Yeah,
he wants out.
I don't think that she might be able to do the trial in less than 2 days. So I think that's where he's gonna have to do it. Right?
It could be that. It could be that. Or maybe he brings up the fact that she can take the trial and stay behind and it's all good. We'll see how he manipulates him into letting him leave, but the thing is, one thing I'm not happy about it, but one thing I kind of, I'm glad we're at a certain point now where he's been through so much trauma that when something like this happens, we kind of know that he's not gonna wake up, you know, completely destroyed after, you know. He is gonna be shook. He is gonna be, you know, Because it's always something. It's always something else, and he's like, fuck. But he's learned to get back on his feet and be just, stronger than he was before and face the new situations with courage. So I'm excited to see how he's gonna, wake up after this, but I think he's not gonna be disappointing when it comes to actions and how he reacts. He's gotten good at finding the loopholes and stuff, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
And he's got Rem to save. Whenever he's got someone to save, he gets in on it.
He gave his 1000%.
Yes.
So finally, I want to talk about the controversy about. Sorry, I can't speak. Damn it. Well, I can never speak technically, but still, those who want to set the sanctuary free and those who won't.
I think we will see more of that later on. Like it was a warning right now. I do think that some of them don't wish to go out, like the mixed bloods don't wish to go out because outside of it, there are people who are trying, to manipulate the others to make that barrier disappear. They are outside, people are mean, people are shitty, they are, like I said, manipulators, and they are judgmental too, it's not like they're humans, like they are mixed bloods and stuff. Maybe they get, kind of like the demons like Frem and Ram, maybe they get rejected, maybe they don't want to be judged and pushed down. In their misery, they kind of created a safe space for everyone, so some of them might not want to leave it. I can understand that.
I can understand why some might feel that way.
Scared of going out
and meddling with the normal people, because it's true that people tend to be judgmental and
Emilia's past
huge hypocrites.
Yeah.
But if I'm completely honest with you, I think that what it will be maybe more fair is to at least give them the chance to do it if they want to do it, and not be forced to just stay at one place. Like they can set the sanctuary free.
Yeah, but the sanctuary protects them. The barrier protects them, so if you take the barrier, it's not about choice. They're no longer protected by it.
I think that
it does keep them in, but it also protects them from the people out.
Yeah, but people from outside can still go inside.
Yes, I'm not clear about
because
about
from
that.
what I understood is that the barrier just kept them in. And people who are not mixed blood can just come and go as they want.
But they've also mentioned something about the barrier being there to protect the people that are inside. So I'm like,
maybe just protect the place and just house the place to just stay at the same state, not to deteriorate.
Like I said, I think in this episode it was just a warning. We'll see next episode or a few episodes later what it brings to the story.
Really, if the barrier is only there to just keep them in, at least
it's not just that though.
Gone, they can just do what they want.
It's not just that though. Like I did think that they can stay there anyway, but it's not just about that.
Could you write in the comments, guy, what the barrier does? Because I think we forgot what it does.
It's not about they have just not been
just
clear.
Something else.
They have not been clear about what the barrier does.
They're never clear about stuff.
I think it's the translation, to be honest. Like normally the site that we use is pretty okay, but sometimes I'm reading and I'm like, it doesn't make much sense, guys. But in any case, that's why, like, especially this season, I felt like most episodes we feel dumb because we're like, were we supposed to understand what was going on? Because we did not. But then we talk about it and we bring our ideas to the table and in any case we'll see. Most of what we didn't understand a few episodes ago got cleared in the few episodes after.
True.
So, and like the conversation right now is getting really long and like we won't have anything to talk about next episode. So that's why I'm like, let's take that subject of the people who don't want to leave and keep it for when they actually do something.
Alright. Okay.
So thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out right now if you want. The link is in the description.
Yep, so don't forget to subscribe if you want to watch it now, guys. And if not, wait for the next one to be out on YouTube, which will be next week. So we're gonna see you then.
Bye.
Bye, guys.